What's up? What's up, y'all? Straight to the point. Give y'all a minute to get back up in here, man. Yeah, going live again, man. Gonna talk about a couple of things once again. Make sure y'all hit that like when y'all come on in. Make sure y'all hit that like when you're coming in. What's up with it, Ted? I see you in the building, man. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna get right to it. Gonna get right to it. Give it about like another minute, and then we'll go ahead and go. We'll talk about it, and we're gonna talk about Big Meech too, man. Found out some stuff today about Big Meech. I know many people want to wonder what's going on with Big Meech and everything. Shh. Have to give up more. I'll drop it. Hey, like I said, Ted, we're gonna get right into it, bro. We're gonna get right into it, man. Um, let's go ahead and jump right into this and unpack it. First off, I want to give a shout out to the Lions Den, both basketball and boxing communities. Okay, and also I want to give a shout out to all my subs, both my day ones and my new subs too as well. Okay, now according to reports, this is coming from Bleacher Report per Tim Bontemps. Okay, Joel has came out and made a statement and basically said that if he feels good, he is going to return. Okay, uh, you know I have my feelings about this. And I've been very tough as a Sixers fan on Joel Embiid. A lot of people know that I really don't want Joel Embiid to play. However, right now I'm feeling like this. Okay, it's a risk reward type of deal. Okay, now the reason why I say that is because you run the risk of several different things. Okay, first off, you run the risk of him getting re-injured for overcompensation. Okay, and I know that he has surgery and everything, but rushing it back, you can do more harm than good. Okay, it'll be the same theory that happened with Clay Thompson when he was trying to rush back, when he was trying to hurry up and come back and everything. All right. Then on top of that, uh, we have to understand that you're trying to come back in a time where teams are actually getting geared up for the playoffs. And I think people got it mistaken that the East is a weak conference, and they're really not. The East is not a weak conference. Now they may not be as strong as the Western Conference because the Western Conference have I think 8 to 9 teams, 8 or 9 teams that are well above 500. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The next season is the final year of his contract, right? And see, what I was thinking too is another thing about that too, Ted, is I'm also paying attention to Paul George and what he's gonna do because he's gonna be a free agent, next year. Um, Here's my thing, right? Now, Ted, you said it's interesting that you bring up, King's Ransom. That's a good move. It's and we have to understand what we gave up though. We gave up a lot of picks to get who we got. When we made those moves to get Buddy Hill, when, when we got rid of Patrick Beverly, we really didn't. Every team that we had worked with, we pretty much had lost more than we had gained. Okay. I understand that we got Kyle Lowry. I understand that we got campaign, and I understand that we got Buddy Hield and everything. But we still needed. Well, we signed Kyle Lowry. I'm sorry about that from the buyout market, but we still need more, and we need more depth. We needed a perimeter defender, as I've stated before. What we need to do is we need to just go ahead and clean house, as Ted was saying, and go ahead and start the new Maxi era. Okay, where we're messing up at is we are not playing. We're not playing our guys to where they need to be fitted to play. Like, and when I say that, I mean a guy like Oubre does not belong on the bench at this point in time. You should be starting Oubre. Okay, I've said that time and time again. Go ahead, put Tobias Harris on the bench. All right, and the reason why I'm saying all of this is because we need to start gearing up for a situation if we do make the playoffs. Yeah, exactly. If we happen to make the playoffs, we have to be prepared if Joel comes back and everything, and we run into a situation where we can't depend on him. These guys got to be at least in the fight to play, or else we're gonna wind up getting swept. And then right now we're running the risk of not even make the playoffs. Hell, shoot, at this rate, and as bad as we playing, we might not even make the play in if we keep slumping. So that's what we have to look at. And then on top, see, look, this is another thing too. Mo Bamba man is not really he's not really giving us anything. He's not giving us anything. You're putting all that weight on Paul Reed. Paul Reed is doing what he can, but we need another big. And I'm looking at the size that we got. But listen, would it be a good thing for Joel to come back? Possibly, and no. Okay. The reason why it would possibly be a good thing is because you always have a chance with the score like Joel Embiid. However, you run the risk of him not being 100%. He's gonna have to work his way back into shape because we still have to think about that. He's still got to play his way in shape, and I know everybody thinks he's such a phenomenal scorer, stuff like that, but that's still not gonna get. That's not gonna get you wins in the playoffs. It's not gonna get you wins. It's not gonna get us to a conference finals, yet alone an NBA finals. It's just not. You know, and I really feel at this time, man, they should just shut him down. That's the best option. I know Joel, man, he wants to come back. That's the competitor in him. I like that he. One thing that I do like about Joel Embiid is that he does have a competitive spirit, except for when he does that old capping ass shit when he sits up there and has the nerve to sit out against Denver. Now I know he might have scorched Denver, on the when they were on the road, but we're talking about when he goes and has to play Jokic at home. I've already talked about that before, and see that's that makes me question his mentality. But other than that, I know that Joel, he does want to play. And see, now I'm beginning to wonder about a lot of these players, okay? Because you say Embiid could be a Warrior next season. He listen, if if he see what you have to understand is that would not that still wouldn't work out. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't work out as him being what you want him to be, Ted. You know why? Because Joel Embiid is very demanding of the ball. Okay, that can be a phenomenal thing, but with the style that the Warriors are playing, one person is not going to be in command of the ball. You know what I'm saying? They got several different people that can score. See, the Warriors don't get enough credit for implementing. The Warriors and the Spurs don't get enough credit for having four to five guys that could get you in double figures. Okay, uh, if he happens to go to the Warriors, okay, and you got the emergence of a guy like Jonathan Kuminga. They're already starting to be they're already starting to get used to Clay being coming off the bench. Now Shannon Fry, he came along with Shy and Chet, still wouldn't work out. They're trying to build a young core. Those guys, man, them guys hadn't even, man, they haven't even they haven't even hit their primes. They're not even sniffing their primes yet. They're not even 20 yet. Well, Gilchrist SGA is, but Chet, yeah, I think he's like barely 20 or whatnot. And them guys haven't to say that they haven't hit their primes yet. SGA is a little bit. He just tipped over his prime, but it would be great if Joel was a little bit younger. But it's the only thing that Joel is going to be able to do is probably give them some insight on the game for what the OKC is trying to do. I don't think that would be a good move. Growing fast, early rings, Imagine Thunder with Giannis. That's a good point. I like that. That's a good point. Um, but see, shout out to the brother T Price, the Old Head Podcast. Okay, I was on I was listening to his show, and they were actually talking about the Thunder if they're because they brought up a good point about the Thunder getting paid. And some of the guys are going to want to get paid. Okay, when you talk about a guy, what SGA has been doing, he's gonna win a lot. He's gonna be in a lot of categories in terms of getting paid. He could possibly even get the MVP. That's if him and Tatum are neck and neck right now for MVP. And then also some people still throw Jokic in there. But what I'm saying is somebody on there. I want to say I think it was Lemon Pepper. I think it was Lou. Shout out to Lou the Rider, man. He was saying that they're probably gonna get rid of some of those people, but like I said, I disagree with that because they're gonna want to keep their core. That OKC Thunder, Sam Presti is a smart individual. People were looking at him like he was crazy. What's up with it, Brown Sugar? I see you in the building. People were looking at him like he was really crazy when he had a whole bunch of draft picks, Ted. I remember I was questioning the amount of draft picks that he had. And they had mentioned to me, they said, look, Sam Presti knows what he's doing. I remember Stephen A. Smith was always shooting up Sam Presti and the great job that he was doing. And I couldn't understand where they were going with everything. But that franchise has turned around. Now they also said this on Old Head Podcast too, and I disagree with this too. Okay, not T Price, but some of the guys that was on the panel. I think it was Lou. Lou was saying, okay, well they're not gonna do anything in a small market. You can't say that anymore. You can't say that anymore because now the small markets are actually starting to bring in the people. They're starting to bring in revenue. There's, when you think about Milwaukee Bucks, that's a small market in terms of the NBA. What they're trying to do in terms of sports and stuff. Okay. Then when you think about OKC has been to the finals before. Let's not act like, and OKC still is attached to the Seattle the Seattle um city, because that you got to think about where that franchise derived from, and that was the Seattle Supersonics. So they still have ties up in the, Seattle Supersonics. They OKC really, in actuality, they still have that championship in 1979. Okay, like I've said before, if you go and you go look at like Tom Chambers, you go look at some of these other guys that play for the Seattle Supersonics, you'll see OKC on there on their amongst their stats for what team that they play for. Then another thing that we got to look at too. You look at I said OKC, I said Milwaukee, and then Denver. Okay, Denver, with the exception, I think Denver had never been to a finals, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was maybe in the ABA. I'm not too sure. Somebody has to fact check me on that. But other than that, they hadn't been anywhere, and they ended up going further and further and further. And some people were doubting Denver, saying that they would never win. Now Denver is a powerhouse. So we can't sit up here and say, "Oh yeah, these small market teams." And then I know the Clippers lost last night. I know that they lost. All right, I know that they lost. However, let's not keep underestimating what the Clippers could possibly do. Okay, now some people are still saying they're going to be cursed. They're not going to make it. Things of that nature. Imagine 80, yeah, with Alex English, yeah, and even some of the '90s players were pretty good. Man, look, Ted. I like how you bring up the old school. When it comes to the Nuggets with Chris Jackson, aka Mahmoud Abdul Raul. Okay, with the guy like Robert Pack. And now I know a person. We know Brian Stith is used to be a personal friend of the family. You know what I'm saying? And I had an opportunity to meet his cousin when I was in Virginia. Okay, so we know Brian Stith. I don't know if any of y'all remember that. Ted probably knows who I'm talking about. But we actually knew that family, and then some of those other guys that were on that team. Yes, I could actually see that with Jokic having that type of team around him. But they have a good solid team around him now. What's up with it, Kenya? I see you in the building. Phoenix Suns in the house. Phoenix Suns, yeah, LaFonso Ellis, man. Rodney Rogers, Antonio McDyess. Yes, I remember, man. So, um, and yeah, Kenya, man, you came over here probably from Hitman X. I'm gonna rent you up, bro. Um, yeah, Kenyon been over here quite a few times when it was Polo Sports Talk. Hold on one sec. I know Kenyon, man. Kenyon be everywhere. He be on FYF. He be everywhere. Ticket everywhere. There you go, Kenyon. But anyways, man. Yes. What's up, Kasim? I see you in the building, man. Yeah, Rodney Rogers. Rodney Rogers was nice, man. God rest his soul. That's another guy that passed away. I couldn't believe he passed away. Yeah, I used to like Rodney Rogers and Antonio McDyess, but Joel Embiid, man, him coming back, I think they should go ahead and just shut him down. But he said he wants to play. I don't believe that we're strong enough to contend with Boston right now. Um, I don't listen. I don't think that Porzingis is better than Joel Embiid. Okay, but if Joel is maybe, let's say he walks in there and he's like 50, 60%, Porzingis is gonna kill him. No, I saw that, Ted. You're right about that. You're right about that, especially in the middle. Don't retract that message. I saw that. No, go ahead and keep it up there, Ted. I saw that, Ted. No, you're right about that. You're right, especially in the East. That's why I thought that I didn't understand. Milwaukee made a chess move, and I didn't see it then, but I definitely see it now because hey, y'all got to realize Milwaukee is balling. Shout out to both 78 Sports and Too Raw for TV. 78 Sports brought up a good point. Dame Lillard has been hooping. I guess somebody had probably got in his ear. He been listening to the LDBC, but they have been hooping, and on top of that, they've been playing. I'm not gonna say they're still in the top echelon in terms of defense because they're not. Because they're not. They're not even in the top five. They're not even in the top five. They're not even. They don't even have a high net rating either. You know, I don't think they're in the top five in terms of net rating. So they got to get that up before they compete. But Boston is. Boston is offense. They're in top five in offensive rating, and I think they were in top three in defensive rating. Minnesota is too. At net rating, I forgot who's at the top for net rating. But the last one that I checked was at a net rating. Their number was 10.6. If somebody could fact check me on that. Yeah, Jay Crowder, man. I like Jay Crowder. I actually wanted Jay Crowder. Only thing I don't like about Jay Crowder, man, his attitude can be suspect sometimes. And we got to look at the mentality sometimes. His attitude could be suspect sometimes. When he don't get what he wants, man, that dude gets all in his feelings, man. But yeah, Doc, I got to give credit to what credit due. Have I been critical of Doc? Yes, absolutely. I've been very critical of Doc. But like I said, winning pretty much cures everything. And speaking of the Phoenix Suns, I'm not going to go to sleep on the Phoenix Suns either. Okay, because as much as people talk about the curse with the Clippers and stuff like that, they often talk about the Phoenix Suns being cursed too as well, and some of the players on there being cursed too as well. When you talk about Durant, although Durant is a champion, can't take that away from him. Uh, there has been times when KD. Shout out to I know Brown Sugar representing that DMV. Shout out to the DMV in there. With KD and stuff. That Baltimore, that Maryland, that DC. Talk about. So um, I think that the Suns will still be competitive. You know, Bo is balling, man. But see, that's what I'm saying. If they were smart, because you look at Wembyama, he's a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? Cheat code, cheat code, cheat code, cheat code. Y'all know nothing about that. That's that juvenile. Um, I said, run for it, run for it, run. What y'all know about that? What y'all know about that juvenile? Brown Sugar know about juvenile. But Bo is a cheat code. They used to think Durant was a cheat code. Because he was a unicorn. They thought Porzingis was a cheat code, a unicorn. Exactly. You better run for it, run for it, run. What y'all know about that? That's that. Hey, Brown Sugar man. They don't know nothing about that, man. Bobo could be a third option for the Suns. Yeah, absolutely. He could take the place of Bradley Beal. I know some people gonna trip out when I say Bradley Beal, but seriously, man, all three of them are risky in terms of the health. You know what I'm saying? But what we have to understand is that it could be. Yeah, no problem, Kenya, man. I know who you are, bro. I know who you are. I know all my LDBC brothers, man. I know everybody. We all might not agree on some things, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I fuck with everybody. Everybody knows me. You know what I'm saying? Well, a lot of people know me. A lot of people don't. But yeah, I gotta give a shout out to all my LDBC brothers. You know what I'm saying? 78, the head honcho. You know what I'm saying? Blue Blood. You know what I'm saying? Got to give a shout out to Ticket TV. You know what I'm saying? Got to give a shout out to the brother Herman Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Got to give a shout out to my guy Lamont FYF. Got to give a shout out to Elder. Got to give a shout out to the brother Mr. Miles. Got to give a shout out to Nola Boy James. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Hitman X, True the King. You know what I'm saying? That whole camp over there, setting it on fire. All the players' choice. You know what I'm saying? The guy Chilltown. You know, everybody, man. I fuck with everybody, man. Ain't no discrimination here. Like I said, we on. They trying to hold us back, and they trying to do every. My brother, rated R, Mookie. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them all, man. You know, but yeah. LB. You know what I'm saying? Too raw. You know what I'm saying? Too raw. You know what I'm saying? Big Mike. You know what I'm talking about? All of the supporters, everybody, man. LVZ, the one LVZ, Mahari Sports Nation. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, getting back, man, to everything, man. Like the biggest thing that I could see happening with us if Joel Embiid comes back, it's okay. He gonna come if he comes back. For one, he gonna end up. God forbid, I'm knocking on wood right now. I'm knocking on wood. All right, I'm knocking on wood. God forbid he gets injured, and then on top of that, some guys is gonna be disgruntled because they're not getting the playing time like they once did because Joel is back. Well, you should have. This is your opportunity for guys to step up. That's what was wrong with the Clippers last night, right? Everybody complains and stuff like that when they not like PJ Tucker. You know, we know PJ Tucker, can't do that much at this stage of his career, but everybody's sitting up in there complaining, oh yeah, well I'm not getting the minutes, I ain't getting that. But then when you get the opportunity when Paul George ain't playing, then y'all motherfuckers don't know what y'all doing. It's like what Rated R has said this morning, Mookie had said on Herman Buddy's podcast. This is what he said. He says Plumlee, and I said that this morning. If you go back and you listen when I was talking about the Lakers and the Clippers this morning on my live stream, I said that Plumlee, although he was getting offensive rebounds and he was making a good contribution, he also lost. He ended up losing the game because it was three turnovers that he had made, and then James Harden, he was a non-factor because he doesn't play good under pressure anyways. So it was those guys' opportunity to step up. It was those guys' opportunity to step up. They couldn't capitalize. They couldn't finish. I know a lot of people had got on Norman Powell about him, not playing, but actually Norman Powell was one of the ones that tried to stop the scoring drought when it was night. I think they were, if I'm not mistaken, they were leading 21, and the run was a 19-3 run. Yeah, I like Norman Powell, but a lot of people were getting on him about that when they had missed at least four shots, and it was all Plumlee getting the offensive rebound. So I give him credit in that, but he still made those turnovers. And then I think Harden had turned the ball over too. But the game was real sloppy because they were going back and forth. LeBron had a couple turnovers. Um, what's it called? Cam Reddish had a turnover too. Yeah, out of the way on defense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Tucker at this phase of his career, he's not a big factor. The only thing that, like I said about Tucker, is that he can be a locker room guy. That's about it. That's about it, man. He's not gonna give you anything like, that Tucker that you had in Milwaukee, and the Tucker that you had in H Town, uh, the Tucker in Miami. You're not gonna get that Tucker, but he does have championship experience. Yeah, I agree with that. I actually agree with you on that, Ted. Yeah, it's time for Tucker to go ahead, because if you're not doing, and look, man, everybody can say LeBron is on roids, Balco, whatever, man. Hey, he was still hooping. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody getting mad. They're like, "Oh man, don't come in here, getting on LeBron's nuts and all that." You know what I'm saying? But it was amazing what he did last night. But can he do that in the playoffs? And can he do that with a Paul George that's there? And can he do that for the games going forward? Because everybody, I think even Brian Windhorst had even said this might have been a fluke situation. I like Kyle Lowry, but he knows it's time to retire. Yeah, Kyle Lowry. Yeah, it's time for us to go. It seems like that's what we get. We get all these players that are older, stuff like that. Like, some people have even said Tobias Harris, it's time for him to go. Now I'm not going to agree with that fully, but come on, man, 39 million, and you playing like that. I understand that you did get hurt, you missed 2 games, but man, come on, man, you've been shooting 25% from the field. You only shooting like from 3 point, and you shooting like under 40%. Yeah, I know, man. Look, no, but yeah, we weren't saying that earlier in the year, though, Ted. We weren't saying that we weren't saying that earlier in the year, man. And earlier in the year, you know what? And listen, I want to make this clear. I was defending. I was actually defending. I was always. Nah, he's not a bum, man. Tobias Harris isn't a bum. We're talking about a player that damn near for his career, damn near 50, 40, 90. And then on top of that, he was close to a dub. So Tobias Harris he ain't no scrub by any means. But right now, he is not playing like he's supposed to. Nah, Tobias Harris is just not playing like he's supposed to. And he needs to come off the bench. Look, Clay got people motivated by coming off the bench right now. Okay? Clay got people motivated by coming off that bench right now. Go ahead, come off the bench, man. It's not that big of a deal. Let these other young guys get their start. I would even like to insert. I would insert Cameron Payne in the lineup. If you really want to be honest, and Mo Bamba, he's not doing any better. Listen, if you're gonna call Harris a bum, then you got to call Mo Bamba the same thing, Ted. Even though I refrain from using that word, trash and all that other stuff against NBA players and stuff like that. But man, you got to give us more, man. You got to give us more. Man, look, bro. Like Mo Obama, man, when he came out of Texas, man, and he got picked up by Orlando. I thought Orlando was gonna do some things. Now look at Orlando. Orlando is hooping now. Orlando is on the verge of making the playoffs, y'all. Orlando, Orlando is hooping. Ben Shiro, all them guys are balling down there, and nobody's even paying attention to them. Man, look, and everybody pretty much shitted on me when I was talking about Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles can hoop, bruh. I mean, he ain't the most athletic player. Um, you know, his game is a little unorthodox and stuff, but he definitely, yeah, Ingles, man. When he was in Utah, he was one of the ones because at that time at Utah, I think they had like 6 or 7 guys that was averaging in double figures at one time. I'm talking about when Ingles was over there. Yeah, man. But wait, let's wake up, man. Orlando, bro. Orlando's for real, man. They got Cole Anthony. Yeah, Cole Anthony. They doubted Cole Anthony when he was coming in. They were wondering if Cole Anthony could be an elite point guard at this level coming out of North Carolina. And listen, man, I'm a Duke fan. Listen, can you imagine how that locker room is though, Ted and Brown Sugar? They got a they got a North Carolina and they got a Tar Heel and a Blue Devil fan in the same locker room, and they winning. Yeah, they 33-26 right now, man. They doing an excellent job over there. And see, you got the same amount. You got almost the same amount of people over 500 in the East as you do in the West. This is going to get extremely competitive. Competitive. Yeah, he feels like he's 36, but hey, that's all right. He's still out there hooping, man. Hey, he's still out there hooping. Hey, something working. Something working. You know what I'm saying? Joe Ingles. I always said Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles remind me. What's up with it, Cypress? Make sure y'all go sub to Cypress, man. Cypress, man, be having. Oh man, Cypress something else, bro. But hey, yeah, hey, Joe Ingles, man, he remind you of one of them niggas, man, that be up there. Like he be at the YMCA, and you don't think that nigga can hoop. You know what I'm saying? But that all of a sudden that motherfucker just be out there just lighting people up, and then he'll go back. He'll go back to the car and be drink. He'll have a 6 pack and a cigarette, and he'll offer you one, and you be like, man, it's the same motherfucker that was lighting me up. He'll invite you to a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? He'll invite you to the wedding and shit. Motherfucker be, you know, he be having his apron on, you know what I'm saying? Be over there. He be like, hey, Ted, hey, how you doing, man? I didn't know you was gonna show up here, man. Hey, they go to beer, they go to liquor, you know what I'm saying? If you want something, you know, he be one of them cool motherfuckers. But he be talking all that shit up at the YMCA and shit. And just be lighting your motherfucking ass up. And he unathletic. You know what I'm saying? That's how Larry Bird used to do. Unathletic, can't jump, but that motherfucker shoot the shit out of that rock and he'll D your ass up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hell yeah. be up in there. Hey, Cypress, we going to the strip club? Like he just insert himself. That motherfucker, hey, Ted, man, he be like grown-ups and shit. Yeah, beer belly and all. You know what I'm saying? He might have a black chick too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He be pulling black chicks and stuff. They be like, "Ooh, I like Joe. Where Joe at?" They be like, "Joe's in the back. You looking for him?" Yeah, tell him to come out here. He'll have people fighting over him. You said can the 76ers coast into the playoffs without Embiid? Well, we got to see what happens. Hell yeah, you know Kerry Washington, man. She love her some white dude. Shit, man. She was fucking the shit out of that nigga on man, I gotta forget this YouTube, man. God damn. I'm trying to chill out with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Ted know how I get, man, and so do Cypress and so do Brown Sugar. Yeah, Kerry Washington was on the last King of Scotland giving it to that dude. She snuck out with him with the quickness. She was getting her little ass tore up, man, for real, by that little white boy. Yeah, you say, can the 76ers coast into the playoffs with... We got to see what happens. You know, listen, man. Like I said, the Magic, Cypress, and I'm glad you brought up Banchero this morning. The Magic can't do it no other. I know you do. Hey, you sound like Angie Stone, Brown Sugar. Black brother, tall brother, short brother. You said Carrie on the Django. Yeah, she was fine. Yeah, Myra. Hey, God rest her soul. I used to like Myra. Yeah, I used to like Myra, man. I was like, damn, how she died? I was like, damn, how the hell she died, man? I was like, how in the fuck did she die? Like, how is something so pretty die? That's just like that what's that girl, what's that girl name, that was, I forget her name, man. Damn, something Perry off of 8 Mile. I think she ended up dying or something like that. The one that was cheating on Eminem with that with that black dude, man. He was with the Free World, man. He had a big ass nose. Oh man, yeah, Brittany Murphy. There you go, Brittany Murphy. That nigga Ted know everybody, man. Yeah, Brittany Murphy. I was like, damn, how'd she die? Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't, man. Like, yeah, man. I ain't even gonna go down that road, Ted. Man, Ted be I be trying to stay away from that whole topic right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, there's still a lot of people that like Eminem. Now, I will say this right. Look at Brown Sugar. She told Cypress in her Bubba Dub voice, never. Shout out to Bubba Dub. Shout out to Texas, man. For real. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I try to. That's just like with the old Anderson that you were talking about, Ted. I only put that up there because I wanted to see what people's feelings was on it. I knew about that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying? But I hated. I didn't like old Anderson when I found out about that stuff. And then there was some people that tried to attach Ric Flair to that type of stuff, but Ric Flair wasn't he won't like that. Matter of fact, there's a lot of people that have a lot of love for Ric Flair because he comes to various campuses like football and basketball and stuff, and he does motivational speaking and stuff. Yeah, I was a big wrestling fan, man, and I met some of those wrestlers. Yeah, but hey, but Shannon, but you know what? Hey, look, man. Uh, like I said, man, I I didn't hear about that until like later on. Some of this stuff, man, I did not even know. I try to You said you met Vader in 2009. Yeah, no, I did. I heard, of course, I heard about Hulk Hogan. I heard about Hulk Hogan, man. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. That tore me apart, man. That tore me apart. Cause I used to like Hulk Hogan. I like Ultimate Warrior better, but Hulk Hogan was my guy. And then I used to like. I met my childhood guy that I used to like, man, and that was Undertaker, man. Cause Undertaker's from here. He from Texas, man. Man, that motherfucker walked in the Waterburger, man. That dude, cause Undertaker's like 6'10". I was like, oh shit. Everybody was like, oh man, they go Undertaker. Yeah, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, God rest his soul. It's like all the wrestlers died, man. Like all the wrestlers that you used to like, they died. Man, I go down the list. Chris Benoit. We just lost Virgil, aka Michael Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like just all of them just passing away. Yeah, he died yesterday. Passed away yesterday. You know, but there was a lot of slack about drugs and stuff. Yeah, it killed a lot of them. That's right. That's right. That's right. But like, I like Hulk Hogan up until I heard about that. About him being the skin pigmentation. Well, yeah, I mean, shit. Did you see what happened? They took that off of the internet, though. We saw it when it happened, and I keep trying to look it up, but they won't show what actually happened, man. But of course, if you saw it, then you really didn't want to see that, man. Like that's a awful way to go out, man. That's an awful way to go out. What's it called? Nah. They ain't no buck dancers. No, hell no, they ain't. Hey Ted, I gotta disagree with you on that. Booker T is real as they come, man, and so is Mark Henry. Mark Henry ain't no motherfucking joke, man. He don't like Michael Jordan. So what that tell you? He wanted to body slam Michael Jordan. And what I'm talking about, Cypress, is when when Owen Hart passed away. Nah, I met Mark Henry because Mark Henry is from Texas. He from here. We met him at a track meet because Mark Henry still holds records in powerlifting. Nah, that dude is real as they come. He ain't no buck dancer. There ain't nothing cool about that nigga. And Booker T, I don't know him personally or anything like that, but I know Booker T ain't no cause Booker T, man, he is real as they come too. Matter of fact, them guys wasn't even getting a fair shake like they was, Ted. So yeah, man, I can't. I gotta say, I got to call cap on that one, man. But Mark Henry, nah, he is real as they come. We met him at the track meet. I was watching that paper. Yeah, exactly. But they won't show that. See, I can guarantee you, Memphis, if you go and go look for if you go and go look for Owen Hart and you try to go find that on the internet, you're not gonna find it. Yeah, nah, but he ain't. Nah, man. Everybody that does interviews with people, stuff like that, that you might not like, Chad, man, that don't make him no coon or no buck dancer, man. Nah, man. But what's it called? Mark Henry, real man, and he don't fuck around. He was telling people about how Jordan was and stuff like that, and I believe it. Now, now if you call somebody like Jordan a buck dancer, then okay, yeah, then we agree there. Yeah, I know. They just cut it off. They just cut it off, man. Yeah, exactly, man. That nigga was body slamming it. There's a lot of people that don't like Michael Jordan. Mike Tyson don't like Michael Jordan. And I'm a Michael Jordan fan, but I don't like him as a person. I mean, I don't like the stuff that I've heard about him as a person. What's the name? Chameleonaire. He had problems with Jordan. Willie D. Shout out to the OG Willie D. He don't like Michael Jordan. Yeah, man. Jordan ain't going. Man, Jordan don't want no smoke with. Do you know Mark Henry? He holds the squat record. He holds the deadlift record, and I think he holds the bench record. I think he holds the bench record too. And this is without steroids. Like Larry Wills and all them, they be on steroids and doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they hate each other. And what's crazy, I got both of those starting in my backcourt. I got both of them starting in my backcourt. But you know what though, Memphis is more on. I think it's more on Isaiah more than Michael because Michael, Michael MJ said he's not even really tripping about anything no more. It's Isaiah that continuously brings up MJ in something. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Isaiah, man, you need to go take a page out of Dennis Rodman's book. Dennis Rodman was like, man, I don't give a damn. When he had that beef with Scottie Pippen, he was like he swept all that under the rug. And it's another thing too. Yeah, he took over his hometown and stuff, but man, I mean, dog, you shouldn't be salty about any of that though. Isaiah, man, you one of the greatest. You still got fans. Hell, I picked you over Magic Johnson to be my starting point guard. Shit, I picked you over Stockton. I picked you over a lot of great point guards. Oscar Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Even the guy that I used to like watching. What's his name? Terry Porter. I like Terry Porter. I'm talking about who I like watching. I used to like Rod Strickland, the great Tim Hardaway, some of those point guards. See, like Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox, guys like that. Man, but man, De'Aaron Fox is something ridiculous, man. He's something ridiculous, bro. He's something ridiculous, especially him being left-handed. I think, yeah, Mookie Blaylock. Oh man, that motherfucker smoked so much weed. He gonna be, yeah, sort of like Ryan Garcia up in there smoking weed and shit. Now, okay, let's get on something else. I think Brown Sugar probably like talk about this though right here in Memphis. All right, yo, it's been reported. This ain't recent or nothing like that, but I had to raise this question. What y'all think about Big Meech getting out in 2025, man? I want to hear y'all thoughts on that, man, because we keeping our fingers crossed. If everything go well, what's y'all feelings on him getting out? you know, um, it doesn't matter to you. Okay, all right. You see, man, you ain't no fun, man. I shouldn't even ask your ass that question. Man. It don't matter to you. Yeah, I know what you paying attention to. You paying attention to that Dolph case and shit. But they got a new episode that get ready to come out on the 6th of BMF. It don't matter. What? Okay, so if Larry Hoover was getting out, that wouldn't matter neither. See, y'all capping now. That's of the same magnitude. I don't, and you know what? Honestly, I don't really. Oh yeah, you can solve it yourself, huh? You can, huh? Look at him. Look. More drugs on the street, huh? Nah, he ain't gonna do that stuff no more, man. I mean, he'd be stupid if he does, and if he, hey, I could be wrong though. I could be wrong though. But I'm just saying this is the great thing. I don't really honestly I don't think he should have got that much time. Man, I mean, you might be right, man. It's a lot of yeah, man. Hey, that's facts right there, Memphis. Yep, that's fact. But I gotta disagree with you in the sense that you talking about it wouldn't be a big deal, or well, not a big deal that it wouldn't matter, man. It matters to a lot, a lot of people, man. Um, Listen, man, Big Meech, man, he didn't get a lot of the just due that he truly deserved. I know a lot of the perception of him, and people that done been around him because I knew, my friend's cousin was around Big Meech or whatever, especially when he was around here in Texas, and he partied a lot and did all that other stuff, but at the same token, you know what I'm saying, he was no joke, you know what I'm saying, about his business, and so he might have rubbed some people the wrong way and stuff like that. Once you're, yeah, that's right. But yeah, he's supposed to be getting out 2025. I think it'd be a great thing, man. Uh, but yeah, him doing something like that, I think it would be stupid, man, for him to try to jump back into the game. Now, as far as Larry Hoover, I think Larry Hoover does have a voice, though. Still, you know what I'm saying. It might, maybe some people may listen to him, some people may not. You know what I'm saying. But uh, Cypress, I think you capping on that one. Somebody gonna listen. Somebody gonna listen. Matter of fact, that's gonna be a good topic too, man. That's gonna be a good discussion. Yeah, there you go. Come on, man. Work with me now. We not listen, and I'm gonna say this before I go. They changed the structure of that organization. They changed the structure of that organization uh, a while back, and it was supposed to be uh, growth and development. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed. They were supposed to change the structure, but guys ain't gonna listen though. Yeah, and some of them might not, but somebody gonna listen though. Brown sugar, somebody gonna listen, guaranteed. Maybe not all of them, but somebody gonna listen. What's up with it, man? All right. Uh huh. Yeah, common sense ain't that common no more. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all pulling up today, man. Yeah, that's not the only reason though. That's that's not the only reason. It's a lot more into that too. But we gonna definitely talk about that a little bit later though, man. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bounce right now though. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Make sure y'all go sub to my homie Cypress TV. Thank y'all for pulling up. Brown Sugar, Ted, Kenyon, uh, everybody, man. Kasim, appreciate y'all pulling up. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment, man. I'll get at y'all later.